For the first time in more than 25 years, Woody Allen's wife, Previn, breaking her silence about their relationship.
Director Woody Allen caught in a relationship with the 21-year-old adopted daughter of his longtime partner, Mia Farrow. More than 25 years later, Previn is breaking her silence.
The one thing no one likes to talk about is that fame doesn't protect you from heartbreak. Sometimes it makes things messier. When both people in the relationship are living in the spotlight, the pressure is unreal. And when things start to crack, like, say, someone cheats, it's not just a private disaster. It's headlines. It's gossip. It's a full-blown media circus. Today, we're revealing some of the most shocking celebrity cheating scandals from the 90s. The ones no one saw coming. The ones that broke hearts. And the ones people still can't stop talking about. 1992. Woody Allen and Previn. In 1992, Woody Allen, New York's neurotic genius and art house darling, became the center of a scandal so messy it felt like one of his scripts gone rogue. Mia Farrow, his partner of over a decade, found nude Polaroids of her 21-year-old adopted daughter, Previn, in Woody Allen's apartment. And yes, Woody, her longtime partner and father figure, was the one who took them. Allen had known her since she was 10. Allen's reaction was passive enough, with him saying, "No scandal here, the heart wants what it wants." New York, however, exploded. Morally, the situation blurred lines. Allen had never lived with Soon-Yi or acted as a father figure, yet the optics were stomach-turning. Soon-Yi was decades younger and had grown up in the household. Mia immediately ended things and went to court for custody of their kids. Some saw Allen as a perverse predator, others as a victim of revenge, but Allen didn't care. He clapped back with Deconstructing Harry, a brutal, semi-autobiographical satire. His relationship with Soon-Yi continued, and they later married in 1997. But Hollywood never looked at him the same way again. 1997. Arnold Schwarzenegger cheats on Maria Shriver. In the eyes of the public, Arnold Schwarzenegger and Maria Shriver were the dream couple. He was the Hollywood action star turned governor. She was a respected journalist from the Kennedy dynasty. But behind closed doors, they were anything but. In 1997, while still married, Arnold had an affair with the family's housekeeper, Mildred Patricia Baena, and fathered a child. The betrayal stayed buried for over a decade until 2011, when it was revealed that the child had been living under the same roof all along. Arnold confessed during a couples therapy session. Meanwhile, Maria felt blindsided. She moved out immediately and filed for divorce. In his 2023 documentary, Arnold admitted, "I messed up. I caused enough pain for my family." The scandal destroyed his image and left fans stunned. Despite the humiliation, Maria and Arnold finalized their divorce in 2021, remaining civil but forever changed. 1995. Hugh Grant and the infamous Hollywood arrest. In 1995, Hugh Grant's squeaky clean image took a nosedive that no rom-com could save. At the height of his fame, fresh off the success of 4 Weddings and a Funeral, Grant was in Los Angeles to promote his new film, 9 Months. But instead of charming audiences, he made headlines for being caught in a very different kind of performance. While in Los Angeles, Hugh decided to take what the tabloids would later call a walk on the wild side. Late one night on the Sunset Strip, he picked up sex worker Divine Brown, real name Estella Marie Thompson, and paid her $60 for oral sex in his car, parked on a side street. Unfortunately for Hugh, the LAPD caught them, and Hugh's mugshot with his hunched shoulders and sheepish expression was splashed across every tabloid in existence. The charge was simple: engaging in lewd conduct in public, a misdemeanor that could have landed him 6 months in jail. Though he avoided jail time, he was fined $1,000 and ordered to complete an AIDS education program. The story dominated headlines for weeks. Grant's aw shucks persona took a hit and his carefully cultivated charm was suddenly in question. But instead of hiding, he faced the music, literally. Days before sentencing, he appeared on The Tonight Show with Jay Leno, fidgeting through an apology that would go down in pop culture history. "I've done an abominable thing." He looked genuinely mortified, admitting he'd messed up and praising his then-girlfriend, model and actress Elizabeth Hurley, for being amazing through it all. Shockingly, Hurley didn't dump him immediately. The two stayed together for a few more years, though the scandal permanently tainted Grant's image. Grant survived the fallout. His career dipped briefly but rebounded not long after. In fact, many believe it was his brutally honest, awkwardly human moment on The Tonight Show that helped audiences forgive him. 1986. Prince Charles cheats on Princess Diana. Rumors were flying around for years that Prince Charles and Camilla Parker Bowles never truly ended their romance, even after he married Princess Diana. Diana once revealed they'd only met 13 times before the wedding, and she quickly grew suspicious of Charles's lingering affection for Camilla. Before the big day, Diana allegedly found a bracelet Charles had gifted Camilla, engraved with their nicknames Fred and Gladys. In 1989, Diana confronted Camilla directly at a party saying, "I want my husband." Camilla replied, "You've got everything. What more do you want?" The affair became public in 1992, and after Diana's tragic death, Charles married Camilla in 2005. 1991. Robin Givens cheats on Mike Tyson. At the time, Tyson was the undisputed heavyweight champ, ruthless in the ring and explosive outside of it. He married actress Robin Givens in 1988, and their relationship quickly spiraled into public scandal, with Givens later describing their marriage as a living hell in an infamous 2020 interview. A year later, divorce papers were in the works, but Tyson claims he was still visiting Givens regularly. According to Tyson's Undisputed Truth, on one of such visits, he rolled up to Givens' house only to find her in a rather compromising position with none other than Brad Pitt. Tyson says the look on Brad's face was pure panic, like a man staring down death in silk sheets. "Dude, don't hit me," Pitt allegedly pleaded, stoned and scared, while Iron Mike stood there, seething. Givens has her own version. Yes, Tyson saw them together, but they were just in a car after a movie. No bed, no scandal, just unfortunate timing. Still, the image of Brad Pitt pleading for his life while a shirtless Tyson glowers nearby is pure Hollywood legend, whether it happened or not. 1960s. Johnny Cash allegedly cheats on Vivian Cash. Johnny Cash may have promised to walk the line, but behind the scenes, he was drifting fast. When he met June Carter backstage at the Grand Ole Opry in 1956, sparks flew even though both were already married. His wife, Vivian Liberto, stayed home with their 4 daughters while Johnny's life spiraled deeper into Hollywood chaos of booze, pills, and a string of missed concerts. By 1961, after a move to Casita Springs, their marriage was more than complicated. Vivian claimed things might have been different if she'd been allowed to tour with him, but Johnny was already entangled with June. Their connection deepened through music and long nights on the road. June later admitted to Rolling Stone that falling for Johnny was anything but convenient. "It wasn't the right time for either of us," she said, "but we couldn't stop it." After years of failed proposals, Johnny finally got a yes in 1968 in front of a live audience. The pair married that same year and remained inseparable until they died in 2003, just 4 months apart. Vivian's heartbreak became her legacy too. As detailed in her memoir, I Walked the Line, it looks like June got the love story, Vivian got the scars. 1990. Jack Nicholson admits to cheating on Angelica Houston. Jack Nicholson was the poster boy for Hollywood's bad boy charm in the 80s, and his relationship with Angelica Houston reflected exactly that reputation.
What are you, out of your mind?
You alone?
Of course I'm alone, my boy.
I gotta see it.
The two had an on-again, off-again romance for years, with Jack's cheating becoming something of an open secret. In 1990, the final blow came when he confessed he was expecting a child with actress Rebecca Broussard, 12 years Angelica's junior. Angelica ended things immediately and later found stability, marrying sculptor Robert Graham in 1992. Jack and Rebecca stayed together for a few more years, but their relationship fizzled by 1993. 1994. Pamela Anderson and Tommy Lee. When Pamela Anderson and Motley Crue drummer Tommy Lee locked eyes at a New Year's Eve party in 1994, it seemed it was love at first sight. And 4 days later, they got married. Their whirlwind romance produced 2 sons, but their marriage was more storm than sunshine. In 1998, Pamela claims Lee twisted her arm while she held their baby Dylan. When she called 911, it led to his arrest and a 6-month jail sentence. "Our hell began," she wrote. There's also the infamous sex tape where the Lake Mead honeymoon footage that was meant to be a private memory was stolen from their safe and splashed across the internet. Suddenly, the world had seen way more of Pam and Tommy than they'd ever planned. It haunted their careers for years and inspired Hulu's 2022 Pam and Tommy series, which Pamela hated for reopening old wounds. But years later, Brittany Furlan, Tommy's current wife, dropped a different angle. According to her, the love of his life wasn't Pam. It was Heather Locklear, Tommy's second wife, the beloved 80s TV star he was with before Pam. The two were married for almost a decade before he blew it by cheating. She's the one that got away, Brittany admits. And apparently, Heather still holds a soft spot in Tommy's heart and a special spot in his memories. 1998. Monica Lewinsky and Bill Clinton. In 1998, President Bill Clinton, then the most powerful man in the world, found himself trapped in a lipstick-stained scandal when he confessed to what the press would forever brand an inappropriate relationship with 22-year-old White House intern Monica Lewinsky. Clinton, 49 at the time, met Monica during his first term when she landed a coveted internship at the White House. Behind the polished corridors of political power, something far steamier was brewing. Their 18-month affair, kept secret behind closed doors, involved late-night encounters and flirty gifts, and ended only when Monica confided in the wrong person, her co-worker Linda Tripp, who secretly recorded their conversations like it was a political soap opera. The fallout was explosive. Clinton initially denied everything, declaring, "I did not have sexual relations with that woman." But the evidence, including the infamous blue dress, told another story. Eventually, he came clean, sparking impeachment proceedings, charges of perjury, and a 21-day Senate trial. Though Clinton survived impeachment and kept his job, the cost was steep. He was fined, held in contempt of courts, and stripped of his license to practice law. As for Monica, she became an unwilling celebrity, forced into the spotlight for a scandal she never signed up for. 1991. Julia Roberts, the real-life runaway bride. In 1991, Julia Roberts was like Hollywood royalty. Fresh off the success of Pretty Woman, she was engaged to Kiefer Sutherland, the brooding bad boy of The Lost Boys. Their wedding was set for June 14th, and all of Hollywood was ready for a picture-perfect fairy tale. But instead of walking down the aisle, the groom-to-be was spotted moving out of their shared Hollywood Hills home, while Julia, on the other hand, was seen having lunch with Kiefer's best friend, Jason Patrick, before the two jetted off to Dublin, Ireland. Yes, she skipped the wedding and took a trip abroad with the groom's best friend. The press went wild. At the time, people reported that the couple had actually split shortly before the big day, but the timing and her companion made headlines that screamed betrayal. Kiefer later admitted that Julia did him a favor by walking away, and Jason and Julia didn't last long. But for a brief, messy moment, Julia's real-life love triangle made her the lead character in a drama even Hollywood couldn't have written better. In the long run, some stars tried to fix their image. Others didn't even bother. Either way, the fallout was unforgivable, and sometimes the damage wasn't in what they did, but how shamelessly they did it.